did a handout this morning because I didn't recall if we put these through TCM if I just presented them at the table before. I did send an electronic copy to Octavia just before the meeting started. So I will walk through what you have in front of you as far as what the initiative was and what the current status is. So starting with the first one, which is under economic development, it's the nonprofit small business initiative. To date, there has been $109,000 expended across 43 projects. Staff are currently processing First Amendment agreements to authorize retroactive and advance payments while also reviewing invoices and supporting documentation. So that project is started and is ongoing.
Hey, 1 second.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that on here, it has 25, 26. It should be 24, 25.
Yeah, those were carryovers. You're correct.
Okay.
Some of those started before I got here. Western Wayne, special operations. As of now, we have no current expenditures and I have no updates. So I'm trying to follow up with the department to find out what's going on with that.
So has the contracts been issued? As you're going along, can you tell me, has the contracts been issued yet? You may not have that now, but please be prepared at the next meeting just as a follow-up.
I got you. For that one, I don't believe a contract has been issued that I'm aware of.
Oh, I understand staff said it has.
It has?
There has been a contract approved for that first $1 million from fiscal year 24-25.
Okay. I'll see if I can pull that.
Okay, and as we go along, I'll allow for questions. Commissioner Marecki and then Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Okay, so the Western Wayne County Special Operations, that's the $1 million we were giving for, that was at the Homeland Security to give the first responders, okay? So, and this is to Terrence, if I can, Mr. Chair.
Absolutely.
Then we drop down to the one under FY 2025 to 26, the non-departmental Wayne County Special Operations. That's the additional one we gave last year, right?
Correct.
Okay, and this is all for the same group, the groups, the ones that want the equipment for.
I'm going to say correct.
Okay, so just a side note, I've talked to a couple fire chiefs and they have been getting some equipment. So there must be something going on with this.
So the first $1 million was approved by the commission in November and a contract was issued. So it's really up to the Western Wayne to submit their invoices to the county for reimbursement for the underneath the first contract.
Okay, and I think they are doing that.
Right. So I don't believe there's been any contract for the second $2 million, but the first $1 million, there has been approved contract by the commission.
Okay, thank you. That answers my question. And then just one quick question. What is the First Amendment agreements? These are amendments to the projects?
Which one are you referring to?
I'm talking about number one, the nonprofit and small business initiative.
Yes, there were amendments to the first contract based off of what the department.
Oh, okay. It was capitalized and I wasn't quite sure what that was meaning. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Baker McCormick. Oh, I thought you were trying to be recognized. Okay. Okay, you can continue.
Okay, next we have Davis Aerospace High School. As of today, there's been no expenditure activity on this project.
Has a contract been issued?
Not that I'm aware of it.
Okay, are you able to identify which ones contracts have been issued on at this morning? Are you able to do that, or do you have to, I guess?
If it's in the status, then I would have the contract status. But if it's not, like a lot of departments say they're working on like intergovernmental agreements or whatever, but they haven't been executed.
Okay.
So like I try to put that in the status section. So if we have anything,
okay, that'll work.
There.
Okay, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
I'm sorry, I did have a question for one. The first item, the 109,000 that has been expended, right? Million. Yes, million. And
No,
that's 109,000.
Sorry.
What was that for?
I would have to follow up with the department to see. I'm not direct.
So there are various contracts that they've issued and been invoicing on.
Okay, so
I can get you a list of what breaks
Yeah,
down.
because I was just wondering, yes, if we can,
See who
See.
actually have contract.
right,
Okay.
if my community or whoever community received any funds. Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll circle back with the Economic Development Department for additional understanding.
As to
that.
why we are still only at 100,000
Yeah, yeah.
at this point.
Okay,
Yes, thank you.
okay, so the, continue, I'm sorry.
Okay. Canton Therapeutic, that project is complete. The ASR Road reconstruction, which is under DPS, they're working on a intergovernmental agreement with the Canton Township. I do not believe that that's been executed as of the time of this meeting. The pedestrian bridge on Palmer Road over 275. The agreement was received as appropriated by MDOT, and the funds were transferred to Wayne County, and they need to be transferred now to Canton Township. It's currently going through the transfer process to get to Canton. For Plymouth Township Walkway Connector under DPS Roads, they're working on an intergovernmental agreement with the Plymouth Township. Sidewalk between Inkster Road and Middle Belt Road along the north side of westbound Van Born, another DPS project currently working on the IGA with the city of Westland. Sidewalks on Merriman and Wayne Road, bridges over Tonkeesh Creek, DPS project. That project is complete.
Yes, Commissioner
Just a
Baker McCormick.
clarification as to why these are commission initiatives.
Okay, so departments administer them. So the commission initiatives that were put into the budget and the various departments that's responsible for basically carrying out the delivery of the service or the executing of the action that's requested that's the relevant department. Yeah.
Right, but why is it a commission initiative?
Because it was a budget that it was initiatives that came from the commission. It was our way of tracking.
Our request.
Yes, yes.
But it's still funds that come from that individual department, not necessarily.
This is what we've been doing every year. So what happens is the county commission is responsible for approving the budget each year. And so what happens is what's going to happen in the next couple of days, the commissioners will be asked what budget priorities that they're interested in. They will submit that to myself and Chair Bell. And then we will then begin the process of the budget hearings and all those things there. And we will basically identify at the end what items that can be worked out with the administration and included in the budget, and those respective departments will execute those appropriations.
Okay, so I understand the budget process. What I was just trying to clarify is why this is under commission initiatives and what you're saying.
It's just the title. It's just the title so that we can know the items inside the budget
that we were requesting.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's all I was trying to clarify.
Continue. Thank you.
All right. Sidewalk on the east side of Wayne Road from Holiday Park Townhouses to Joy Road, DPS Roads project. It's working with on the IJ with City of Livonia. Township paving project. This was also a DPS project. 7,700,000 of the original funds are already obligated. Construction will begin spring 2026. The department is currently working on round 2 application process to determine how they're going to disperse the remaining funds for that award. Basketball courts at Hind Park. Construction will begin, actually should have begun spring of 2026. And the next update will follow up on completion on that one.
On that point.
For
the Commissioner Baydun.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the basketball courts, what cities are we talking about? Like Dearborn Heights, Westland?
No, this was a specific budget request
for Hines Park.
For Hines Park.
Just throughout Hines Park.
No, is this the one that what's the name? Yeah, Commissioner Anderson requested.
Okay, Westland.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
For tree trimmers for the parks. Yes.
Mr. Phil Winfield, just for clarification, back to the township paving program.
Okay.
So as of now, out of the 14 million, 7.7 has been spent. Is that what they're saying?
It's been obligated.
Obligated.
I can confirm if it's been spent,
Well,
but it's been
obligated.
obligated through contracts.
So the additional 6.3 million has not been obligated, is that planned to be rolled over into fiscal year 26?
Based on the timing of the fiscal year, I would imagine it probably will be. I'll confirm that with the department though.
So it may not show up currently in the budget that's being submitted tomorrow, but possibly a
Correct.
technical amendment throughout the year
Correct.
to fill the rest of the funds.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That is to our director's question in reference to the township paving programs. 6.3 approximately million is left. Do we know if any of that is rolled over to communities that didn't necessarily have the matching funds? Because that was the debate on how we get funds to those communities.
I would have to follow up the department to find out
Okay.
that specific question.
Yeah,
Same question I was going
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it back.
thank you.
Yes.
In particular, Redford Township and Commissioner Alan Wilson's districts, Westland, not Westland, whatever,
Thank you.
okay.
Definitely in my neck.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
So this is the road township road initiative. So we should already know who is submitted at this point. This is not, no, it shouldn't be any revelation. So the community should have already indicated to you that they're part of this process. So we should know the status of where those agreements are, as well as you know the communities that have submitted, correct, sir, Commissioner?
Thank you, Commissioner Kinlock. No, actually, I don't, and I think that's been my biggest issue and my biggest fight has been full disclosure. I have no earthly idea who's getting what's going where, how it's going there. I don't have any idea. So that's been why I've been putting up a fight every meeting I come to about disclosing this information to the commissioners. Now, if any other commissioners has gotten this information, that's great. For some reason, I haven't, and I have the most townships. I have three townships totaling over 70,000 residents, and I definitely like to know where the money is going. Believe me.
Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you. We did get an update from Michelle Yancey a couple months ago that every township has put in requests for their money, and everyone is participating in this at this point. And I think we also discussed that we go back to our areas and see what they want or what they've asked for. It's not really the department to tell us who's doing what roads are being done. We need to all go back to our communities. We all are involved in our communities and ask them, hey, if you don't know, what did you do? What do you want? What roads do you want done? But every township is participating in this at this point. So
Okay. Thanks for the update. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Commissioner Marecki, for elaborating. However, I know you are the chair of Public Services, so the commissioners that aren't on that committee, we're not really kept up to par what's going on. But I just want to just say if you can provide that information, that would just be additional information that our individual communities, we may not have that conversation with them. And I'm just asking if you have the numbers, if you can just send it. That's all. Yeah. Thank you.
Commissioner Marecki, then Commissioner Clemente.
okay, and just another thing, I mean, we all go through each other's committees before we vote at full board, and you will notice IGAs that are coming from each of these townships with the projects on there as well. And I think we've had about 5 or 6 IGAs. So maybe there's a couple left. And I don't even they could all be here, but, and they will list the projects as well, just for your information.
Commissioner Clemente?
So that was thank you, Mr. Chair. So that was round one that we're talking about. We are now in the process of applications for round two. So this would be a really good time to go and talk to our community, especially with budget time coming up too. So because I just was reading that we're going through a process for round two. So
Thank you.
and it's the Township Road. I am on Terry's committee. The Township Road is clearly spelled out about matching funds and things like that. So, yeah, get with your communities and tell them, let me know what you need and let's talk about it.
Okay, I need to ask for someone from DPS. Is anyone here from DPS? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. I didn't see you. Okay.
I don't know why.
Yes. Okay, couple of things. Round two, I think when we last addressed this issue, there was a mention that we were all going through round two. And I think there was a request, I know I wasn't at the last Public Service Committee, but have you given an update as relates to the amount of money that is being allocated, that's left over for distribution in round two? And, so there's, because that was a revelation that we were in round two and that you all said that you would keep us up to date as you go into the various phases of spending the money.
Yes, Michelle Yancey, DPS admin. Yes, we provided that information through the CEO's office to disseminate to you guys. Also through the budget instructions, due July 1st is the completion status of the Township Road Paving Initiative. So that would give you an updated synopsis of where we are right now.
Okay.
And that's due July 1st through the budget instructions.
Okay,
So we'll be submitting that to you shortly.
okay. So once we get that, because at that point, myself and the commission will then consider and chair and the commission will consider whether or not we're going to go for another allocation based upon
Yes, it would lay out what projects are going, what's been completed, where the money is currently, what's been allocated to the municipalities.
Okay. Okay. Are there any additional questions on this item? Any additional question? Yes, Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Chair Kinlock. And thank you for that information, Ms. Yancey.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Just a quick comment. There should be no concealing, if you will. And I hear my comrades over here talking, and I appreciate that, but I know what I see and I know what I don't see. I have an email address. I look for information oftentimes that's very valuable to me, and I don't see it. So I hear what you're saying about you sent the information to the CEO office and they're supposed to disseminate it to us. And I do understand protocol, but I also understand bureaucracy and red tape and all of the things that get in the way of commissioners getting the information that they should rightfully have in order to make determinations. So not trying to undercut anyone, but what I'm saying is that we need to be a little bit more open, a little bit more coordinated in terms of getting the information to the commissioners who are the legislative body sitting before you, and we have to make determinations on how money is spent. So if we're not privy to the information that we need to represent our constituency, then we're falling short of doing our jobs. So again, that's just a comment coming from me, not necessarily directed at you, but I've been here for a little over a year and a half now, and some things I see are not appropriate. I'm going to call them out. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, any additional questions or comments? Thank you. You can continue.
Board tree trimmers for the parks. Those positions have been filled. Moving on to the 2025-26 initiatives. For Samaritas Family Independence Center, Corps Council is currently preparing an agreement for execution. For the Renaissance of Hope's Resource Hub Development Project, that contract was approved by commission on 5/4 and work has begun on that project. The roundabout at 7 Mile and Sheldon Roads, That project will be completed this spring, working on the IGA for funding. I believe I might have the, give me one second. I know that the community was left off of that one.
Second. Dang.
Roundabout. Talk about
Okay, yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Marecki?
Yeah, because maybe Michelle could update us on that too, if you're looking. In fact, the ribbon cutting is next week. So
there.
hopefully the money's going
Yes.
there.
Yes, you should be receiving that IGA shortly. The IGA to
The
approve
commission should be receiving
to
that.
approve the 300,000 contribution from the county should be in your queue by next week.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, so the minute we approve that, they'll get the check.
Soon thereafter, yes.
Not the minute.
Oracle.
That is a topic of conversation every time I'm in that area. So,
Yes,
all right.
we're moving that swiftly.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Any additional questions on this item? You can continue. Thank you.
Pedestrian bridge on Beck Road. The department is working with the township for proposed intersection improvements and culvert widening. So that project has begun.
Okay.
Western Wayne, kind of the same detail we spoke about as far as the first piece of that Western Wayne project. So that this piece of the project has not, there are no expenditures at this point. So
Okay.
we can follow up on the contract. For the healthcare high deductible, that was already taken care of. And then for the e-bikes for the sheriff's office, there's a purchase to be made in FY26. Department will be purchasing 3 e-bikes, 2 will be for reserves and 1 will be for the parks.
Thank you. And let the department know that's much appreciated. Any additional questions as relates to these items? Any additional questions? Okay, thank you. All right. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 2, discussion regarding employee overtime details with applicable departments and elected offices.
One moment, one moment. They're going to pass these out first. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you can begin. Thank you.
James Tatum, M&B. The document that you have in front of you is a memo that was prepared at the request of the CFO in response to information that was requested by commission on overtime. And so there are a series of charts, and I was going to walk through them, and then, of course, stop me if at any point you have questions.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So the first chart you see, it's table 1. It shows overtime by department as of March year to date, and that is fiscal year 2026. So that is overtime incurred by department from the period of October 1st of 2025 to March 31st of 2026. And on the very right-hand side, you see the variance between the budget. And so overall, if you look at the grand total at the bottom, we are over budget in terms of overtime by approximately $900,000. So I was going to pause there before I moved on to the next one. I don't want to move too swiftly through it.
What controls are you putting in place to address the over budget? Yeah, absolutely. What are you doing? Yeah.
In a broad sense, overtime is in part a function of the vacancy rate. Of course, you have a service, there's a certain level of demand, and you have staff to try to meet that demand. But if you have insufficient staff, you have to demand more hours of them. And if those hours exceed the normal work hours, that is overtime. And so you see overtime in departments like DPS and the sheriff's office. Part of the control is, of course, recruitment and the individual efforts by those departments as they fill roles and as their vacancy rate decreases. What we would expect to see and what we have seen is that their overtime decreases as well relative to their total salaries.
So we have a number of departments that have, a few departments that have contract employees, and those are spending a lot of money on those contract employees. So is that, diminishing, the need for overtime? because we can't have these additional contractors who are hired to assist with the operations, and then we still have all of this on this overtime. So just interested in knowing how that is balancing itself out.
I would have to correspond with the individual departments and do a deeper dive. What I can say to answer your initial question about what controls are in place, I do know departments are in contact with their DMBS, so Direct Management and Budget Services representatives, to continually monitor that throughout the year.
Okay. Okay, and just absolutely the areas associated with the overtime, the assignments that's impacting overtime. So just interested in just keeping an eye on that, definitely from a committee and commission standpoint. You can continue, yeah.
I'm gonna move on to table 2. And so this provides the same data that you would have seen on the first table, but for fiscal year 2025. So that's October 1st of 2024 to September 30th of 2025.
Okay. Okay, you can,
Okay, moving on to table 3. This is showing the year-to-date actuals for both 2025 and 2026 compared to each other.
so it says March year to date, 2025.
Correct.
Okay.
So what you're seeing in the first column is March year-to-date 2025, and in the second column, March year-to-date 2026. And then the extent to which, by department, 2026 has either exceeded or been under 2025.
Okay.
Now, one thing I would note, we would need a deeper analysis of the overtime hours on our part, but some of the increase can partially be explained by increases in wages that occurred, of course, because overtime is a function of employees' base salary.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The facilities management in table 2, this is 2025. 227,000 over, but then 2026 versus 2025, there's a negative. Is there a reason why the facilities management planning department would be over? Was it due to staffing? I guess I'm not understand this. I didn't understand why it would be over that much in 2025.
It would likely be due to the mix of projects from one year to the next, but for a firm answer, Commissioner, I'd have to follow with the department.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about that. I don't know what they would do to go over like that. Yes, so that's it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Yes, fiscal, Mr. Adams.
Jane, just so that everyone can understand, table 2, fiscal year 25, these numbers are only from October 1st through March 31st.
Correct.
So table 2 is not the whole fiscal year of 25. I believe if you want the whole fiscal year of 25, you have to go to table 4.
Yes.
Okay, just so everyone can understand. And table 3 is just a comparison of 25 and 26 only from March to March.
So then that would make it $1 million over the the facilities management in table 4. Oh,
Correct. They were 1.2 million over in overtime. That is correct. In 25.
right. And so again, why?
Okay. Yeah, and like I mentioned, a number of these departments, we have consultants, and I think that department has some consultants, if I can recall. And also, we were told that Freeman would be also part of their contract would be covering some of the operational costs over there.
I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar with the contract. I'd have to follow up with the department.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you can continue.
I'm on table 4 now, which is, thanks, Terrence, for the clarification. Table 4 shows the total overtime incurred in fiscal year 2025.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then the final table is showing for March 2026, up 2026, the overtime incurred relative to an estimate of the salaries and wages that would have been incurred through that same time period. So essentially, if you look at the second column salaries year to date, that is half of the total salaries and wages for those departments. Because March is the 6th month of our 12-month fiscal year.
Okay,
And that is the final table.
okay. Thank you. Any questions? Any questions, Commissioner Baker McCormick?
So with this analysis, is there a statement of how we rectify this, or are you coming back with a plan, or what?
I requested this so that we can have this information.
Right.
We're going to monitor it. They based on us just receiving this, definitely would like to get some follow up with the various questions, but also how you've also stated on the record how you're monitoring it, and so just give us any additional information that might address how you intend on keeping these costs down moving forward.
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Chair Kinlock. Near and dear to my heart, Public Services Department. Is this on page 4? Is that 2,956,099? Is that overtime? That's over the budget?
Yes.
Almost $3 million bucks.
Yeah.
So there's a cause and effect, right? Overtime is needed because either you have not enough manpower or you have projects that take longer than anticipated. I mean, that's pretty significant step. That's pretty steep, should I say, in terms of the difference between budget and actual. So is there any?
So for DPS and Sheriff's Office, it isn't taken, for granted that they will go over their budget for overtime, but it isn't out of the ordinary, not only for Wayne County specifically, but I think if you were to look at other governmental jurisdictions, you would see very much the same.
So, yeah, I'm sure this probably correlates with service requests, because I know the Department of Public Service, they monitor the service requests. And I know for a fact, and not trying to dig on anybody, but I know for a fact that I'm out there every weekend in the community, 3 townships that I have, and folks are telling me that they don't have enough manpower, not enough folks to drive the trucks, to grade the trucks, to clean out the culverts. And even though I see all these grandiose spreadsheets coming from my good friends at DPS, so I say that to say this: this is unsustainable. I mean, $3 million, but then on the flip side, you still don't have enough folks to actually do the work to make a meaningful difference. This is from my perspective. And again, I have 3 townships. I don't know what anybody else going to talk about on that side of the table, but I'm telling you what I know, because I'm out there every Saturday and Sunday, and I'm visiting with the residents and the citizens, and I'm knocking on their doors, and I'm taking pictures, and I'm sending it to the DPS department. To me, something's amiss here. We got a DPS department that's getting all sorts of monies, and it's great because we have 43 communities, and we have a lot of roads that need to be paved. I think the governor said a while ago, fix the so-and-so roads, but somebody ain't fixing it, the so-and-so roads, because I'm out there getting kicked around because folks are mad because they are not feeling safe in their communities, because they can't drive down their roads because of the bumps and the ditches, and they're not being maintained. And every time you have a rainstorm or inclement weather, it's going to be an issue on roads, especially if they're gravel roads. But it shouldn't take people to call my office and call my legislative aide, 50 times a day after a rainstorm to complain about the roads being flooded and the ditches being deep, and they can't ride up down the roads. They're impassable. So again, I say and I know it's not your, I know you're not the DPS, you're the budget, but I want everybody to understand that this is very, very important. If we got this type of almost $3 million that we've overextended on the budget, and we still not getting the work done, again, there's something wrong here. So I'm not sure what we're going to do here, but I've got to keep bringing this to the attention of those that are in power, so they understand that this is a very, very critical part of obviously running our county is to making sure our roads are safe, our communities are safe. I mean, so thank you for listening. I appreciate
No
you.
problem.
Thank you. Thank you. And so also I want to say that when you, could you please email this over to our fiscal staff
Yes.
and communications that when information come from Ways and Means, can you also CC me and make sure that staff is also copied on those emails as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 3, communication from Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree forwarded a report on the impact from the Michigan Supreme Court opinions and other court opinions regarding surplus proceeds from delinquent taxes.
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Good morning.
Dawn Lee Cotton, Wayne County Treasurer's Office, Deputy Treasurer of Forfeiture Foreclosure.
And James Berry, Acting Deputy Treasurer for the Wayne County Treasurer's Office.
Thank you.
I believe the treasurer may be also online.
Okay.
He was hoping to join us,
Okay, so let's see.
but we are ready.
Well, Octavia's gonna check and see if Treasurer Sabree is on.
Yeah, yes, I'm on.
Treasurer Sabree, are you on? I think I hear. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, I'm joined.
Okay, good afternoon. Good morning still. I'm sorry, good morning. We normally meet at 12.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear us? Can you,
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you well. Thank you. Good morning.
and we can hear you as well. Okay, so who will start the lead on this?
Let him start.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so with respect to what you're looking for in your request under number 3.
The mic closer to you.
I'm sorry, can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay, so let me break this down into 3 categories, right? So we have the retroactive surplus claims. I know in the response it mentioned that Raffaelli was up in the Michigan Supreme Court and that the retroactive issue was still pending. And of course, that is not the issue anymore. That has been decided. And I think, as you all know, we've already started that retroactive process. We're well underway. It's going very smooth. Disbursements are being made. I can tell you that as of week 28, we have dispersed $8,652,515.45. We still have pending payments out there, and we still have some claims coming in to address. Some of these are contested claims where there's more than one claimant, and so who gets what has to be decided by the court. But for the most part, all of these are pretty much being resolved by stipulation, court order, and the payments are going out within 21 days to the recipients. The second category I would mention is the statutory process for surplus claims that has been in place since 2020. The number of claims has increased steadily every year as people become more aware of their opportunity to obtain any surplus from the foreclosure sale of the property. So this year, right now for 2025, the foreclosures that took place, I think we have 405 motions currently pending before the court, which is about double from the previous year. The exact dollar impact, I can't provide you right now.
So is there on your end an effort to get the information out to the folks where you're holding surplus monies?
Absolutely.
And so how successful has that been as far as making a connection with those
Well, we think it's been very successful, given the fact that it's doubled from the previous year, the number of responses. So the word is definitely getting out, and people are becoming aware that they still have an option when their property's foreclosed to retain the equity in their home. And so we send out the notices as soon as the foreclosure takes place, before they have to file the claims. And then we follow that up all through the process, both with the statutory notices and texts and things of those nature that really get the word out. So it's been very, very successful, I would say, in that whole process right now. I think the outlier, of course, are outstanding court cases, which I would say is the third category. Most of the cases are pretty much decided, even on the federal level. The class actions are pretty much, I think, they're on their heels. And in large measure, I think it's because of the success that our attorneys have been able to point to the court of the current process that's in place. The people have a remedy. They don't need, the federal courts to intervene. That said, we do have a case out there that's currently before the United States Supreme Court. That's an appeal from a Michigan Supreme Court case involving Isabella County, Pung versus Isabella County. That is a big question mark because the issue there that is being addressed is whether fair market value is what needs to be paid when a property is foreclosed to determine the surplus rather than what that property sells for at the public auction. And that could be it's a big question mark. We just don't know. But I do believe in the treasurer could probably address this. We have money set aside because we do understand that, that could be a problem. We're hoping that the bad facts in that case will not produce bad law and that the court will see that everything that has been taking place really addresses the issue of somebody being deprived the value of their property.
Thank you. Commissioner Baydun.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Berry, and I did ask the treasurer this before. What happens to these people who lost their homes, but the county didn't have the money because the county transferred the property, let's say, to the city of Dearborn? I have a particular case for one of my friends where the property was transferred to the city of Dearborn, where they exercised the first right of refusal, and they turned around and remodeled the home and they sold the property. So my friend could not come after the county, or he did file a claim with the county, but he cannot get any money because according to the treasurer, Mr. Sabri, the county doesn't have the money. It was sent to the city of Dearborn. Is there any legal avenues for some of these people whose homes were lost because of the result of the first right of refusal by some of the local municipalities?
Okay, so it's a good question. So when we take a judgment of foreclosure, let's say this year we took a judgment of foreclosure on March 31st.
Okay.
Under the statute, they have to file a notice of intent to claim remaining foreclosure proceeds by July 1st. If they do that, okay, it affects the right of refusal price. So if they have a claim in under the right of refusal, okay, the city will then be required to pay 2 times the SEV of the property, which is going to be approximate fair market value, okay, if they want to take that property. If there was no claim filed, then they only have to take it for the amount of the base taxes that were foreclosed, okay? So by filing that claim, that is their protection. At least they will get this. If the city wants it, they got to pay pretty much fair market value for that property. Where in the past, the way the statute was written, they didn't have to. And a lot of times the cities would turn around and flip them and make a profit, right? And technically under that statute, they were supposed to remit that money back to the county. And that, as we found out in the past, didn't always happen, right? But the new provisions correct that with the filing of the surplus claim. So they do have that protection set.
But for those people who lost their homes prior to this provision, so they don't have any legal avenues to go after then?
Well, people that lost it, if you didn't make a timely a claim, then you don't have an avenue. You had to exercise your rights to make a timely claim.
I mean, they filed the claims when they were told that you should file the claim. I mean, prior to that, they didn't know that they had to file the claim. And again, this all ties to the Raffaelli case.
Well, if it's a retroactive matter, okay, that goes back before 2020,
Yeah, it was
Okay.
before 2020.
okay, then it's covered by the retroactive case. And they have to file their claim, okay? And if that property was, I know what you're saying, now that property was taken by the city under the old provision
Yeah,
where they didn't pay fair market value. That's an open question out there.
okay.
That's an open question. And, you know, our attorneys are, I think, dealing with that issue on a couple of matters, but I don't think there's been a final decision on what should they be compensated at.
Yeah.
I mean, the county didn't get any money for
No,
it.
the county didn't get the money, yeah.
Right. There was no surplus to the county.
Yeah.
So technically there was no surplus for them to be entitled to.
And the
So
city,
those issues are still being, those are some of the, you know, issues that are still out there. They haven't been
yeah.
finalized. Yeah.
Well, maybe, Mr. Bear, you and I can talk offline on this particular issue. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This new process, is it outlined on the treasurer site?
It sure is. Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. And the statute information is there as well.
Everything.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you can continue.
That really concludes my
Okay.
report on that. Yeah.
Okay, so one more question, Commissioner Baker.
That's the broad statement, and again, just for the benefit of the people who are here and some of the people that are listening to us, is it still the case, Mr. Sabri and Mr. Berry, that the county will not foreclose on any properties where the delinquent taxes are under $1,000, correct? That's still the case?
That's still the case. If the base tax were, yes.
Yeah.
Treasurer,
Yeah, that's basically what we do. Yeah, if it's, usually we have a few properties that are taxpayers are, owe less than $1,000. We don't foreclose on them because
Yes.
even though we could, and we're entitled to, but we don't because it's easy to collect. It's very easy to collect less than $1,000.
Okay.
So we just keep them out of foreclosure.
And I know you take, Mr. Sabri, you take all the measures necessary to reach out to those people and try to, have them pay the delinquent tax, especially if it's like $600-700. You're not going to foreclose on those properties. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for joining us. Okay, you're doing the one. Yeah, thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 4, communication from Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri forwarding an analysis of the impact foreclosure exemptions will have on the delinquent tax revolving fund.
okay. Did you want to address this one?
We'll go together. So the treasurer's office doesn't have the authority to exempt properties. That's on the city level from the tax assessor. So for this question, what we can do is we offer extensions through certain, on certain properties, or, you know, if a taxpayer has signed up, requested an extension, so that doesn't affect the DTRF,
Okay,
I would say.
okay.
Yeah, there's really no impact.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you. Okay, so next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 5, communication from Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri forwarding the second quarter investment report for fiscal year 2025-2026.
John Kravitz should be on. He's
Yep,
gonna
I'm on.
address that. Okay.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank the board for approving our recent change to our investment policy.
Please state your name for the record.
Yep, it's John Kravitz. I'm the investment manager for Wayne County Treasurer's Office. And so first, I'd like to thank the board for approving our investment policy change from a few months ago, which extended our term limit for several of our investments from 3 to 5 years. It's made a pretty significant difference in some of the purchases that we've recently made, getting probably a 0.5% greater over the 3-year notes that we had previously been buying. So that can translate annually into several $1 million of extra interest for us, which is a great thing. So as of the end of the second quarter, we earned $35.3 million in interest in the general fund and $864,000 in the reserve fund. It's a total of 36.1 million for 6 months. So I would safely say that we're on track for $70 million this fiscal year. And we have 1.75 billion in general fund assets under management and 41.2 million in reserve fund for a total of 1.79 billion under management, averaging approximately 4%.
Okay, I'd like to ask any questions of commissioners. Any questions of commissioners? Okay, thank you for that for that report, and look forward to the next time you join us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 6, communication from Anthony Cartwright, Interim Director, Economic Development Department through the Economic Vitality Division, reporting the February 2026 report on the revenue collected from and the expenditures for the Guardian Building and First Street Parking Garage.
On this, just going to ask Mr. Cartwright and our council whether or not, well, would you like to give an update or give some presentation? But the question is, I know there was some discussion around the need to, for the EDC to follow the normal or general appropriation process. It's supposed to be a conversation between council and the attorneys. Just wanted to know, had that conversation taken place yet?
To my knowledge, I do not think it has. We did get with the attorneys to consult with counsel, but to my knowledge, I don't think that conversation has happened yet.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what can you give us a general overview of this report?
Let's see, we generated $358,844.26 in revenue and incurred $444,509 in operating expenses. We maintained a checking account balance of $1.04 million. Occupancy is at 86%, 395,000 square feet occupied, and we have about a little under a 14% vacancy rate. First Street Parking Garage generated $133,981 in revenue and incurred about $96,500 in expenses, resulting in a positive NOI of $37,437.31. And First Street did maintain a checking balance of $481,519.49.
Any questions? Any questions on this report? Thank you, Mr. Cartwright.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Item number 7, requesting commission approval of a resolution to alleviate Wayne County operating millage rate upon the 2026 summer tax rolls.
Okay, who's here to speak to this? Good morning.
Can you turn your mic on, please?
I'll start that again. Latoya Haygood, Assistant Division Director of Assessment and Equalization. We're speaking on the 2026 tax rate request. For 2026, our taxable value for Wayne County, $61,454,616,246, resulting in a 4.86% increase in taxable value from 2025. Specifically, we had a few higher increases in some of our cities, such as Ecorse and Highland Park, which went from 10% and 15% increase overall. But our average for the county was 4.86%. Based on our current millage rate, our summer tax outlook is looking to be around $340 billion, and for the winter, we will have about $131 billion coming in.
Okay, that's great to hear. And any questions? Any questions? Commissioner Baydun?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the millage rate overall for the winter and the summer is still the same, right? There's no increase?
There was a little bit of one. This year, we're at 7.6697 overall.
7.69?
7.6697.
What was it last year?
Last year, we were at, we went We were, last year, we were at 5.5622 for the rate for operating overall. I'd have to do the calculations for the most part. The one thing I do know that Mr. Vandermeer wanted to point out for parks, the parks rate did change, but because our tax rate request occurs prior to the July 1st, it may not, it'll change after the next election. So you may see a revision coming up because there was a difference in the parks rate for this year.
So let me just be clear here.
Overall,
when people receive their tax bill in the summertime, they're gonna see how much millage on their tax bill for the summer.
for summer, they'll see it'll be 5.5343 versus last year with 5.5622. So
And for the winter, it's gonna be about 2 point something.
yes,
Okay.
for winter will be 2.1354.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, have you finished?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any additional questions? Any additional questions? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 8, requesting commission approval of the county 2024-2025 deficit elimination plan for the Community and Economic Development Fund.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions associated with this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 9, requesting commission approval of the county 2024-2025 deficit elimination plan for the Drug Enforcement Fund.
Can you read item 10 and 11 into the record?
Item 10, requesting commission approval of the county 2024-2025 deficit elimination plan for the Raise the H Fund. Number 11, requesting commission approval of the county 2024-2025 deficit elimination plan for the Victim Witness Fund.
Are there any questions on these items? Are there any questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 12, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35, 049, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 13, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35006, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Who can speak to this item? Who can speak to this item? Okay, so I'll go to the next item and come back to this. Yep. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 14, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35034, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Would you please read the next three items?
Item number 15, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35037, reallocating expenditures in the general fund. Item number 16, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35013, certifying revenue in the juvenile justice abuse neglect fund.
Thank you. Let me ask, are there any questions on these items? Any questions on these items? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 17, requesting commission approval of
No,
budget.
sorry.
Go on.
What'd you say? Okay.
Wanna wait?
Okay, we're gonna go back to 13.
Going back to item 13, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35006, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Okay, so need to have some more clarification on this item here. As you heard, FTEs and contracted workers, those are a key issue for us as far as keeping an eye on and need to understand what this is about. I know I talked to staff and want to hear from the department exactly what you why you are needing this right here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Donna Wilson, PHR Director. And so the department went through a study with Ernst & Young to look at a transformation of PHR, how to modernize PHR, looking at the technology adoption of PHR. So this is part of it. It's the next trying to implement those recommendations. And so those recommendations looked at staffing, looked at training of the staff. It looked at technology. And so this $1.5 million will allow us to move forward with some of those recommendations.
So as far as onboarding, you know what I'm saying? So how much of this money is allocated or budgeted for, becoming FTEs?
Approximately 13 positions.
Okay, 13 positions. Okay, so that is a key part of moving forward as far as I guess, stepping down these consulting contracts.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Okay, any additional questions? Any additional questions? And thank you for always coming forward. Do you have some information you would like to bring?
No, just my name.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead for the record. Yeah.
Mike Mackey, EHR transformation.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you as always. Yeah. Next item, Madam Clerk.
We're now returning to item number 17, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35045, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Any questions? Any questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 18, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35056, reallocating expenditures in the jail commissary fund.
Any questions? Any questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 19, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35057, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Any questions on this item? Any questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
20, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35025, reallocating expenditures in the county road fund.
At this time, Madam Clerk, continue to read items 21, 22, and 23. I'd like to ask as it relates to item 20, are there any questions? Any questions? Next item, next three items, Madam Clerk.
Item 21, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35035, certifying revenue in the general fund. Item 22, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35020, certifying revenue in the general fund. Item 23, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35021 in the general fund.
Any questions? Any questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 24, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35038, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Any questions? Any questions on item 24? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 25, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35060, certifying revenue in the state local fiscal recovery fund.
Okay, who's here to speak to this? Who's here to speak to this item?
Good morning, everyone. This is Juwan Simpson with Management and Budget. I'm here to speak to item number 25.
Okay, can you just go into this item?
Budget adjustment 2026-35-060 realigns funding with two ARPA SLRF professional service contracts, Allen Law Group and Ernst & Young, to enable payment of valid invoices for services already performed. These contracts directly support our federal compliance, treasury reporting, monitoring, and grant closeout obligations under 2 CFR Part 200. This realignment is needed because blanket purchase orders did not fully cut over from JDE to Oracle, and during that period, the ARCA blanket was also charged with some non-ARPA expenses, which restricted system visible availability. Service have been rendered, contracts are valid, and program level funding is sufficient. Approval of this BA enables payments of approximately $619,000 that's currently outstanding, and restores blanket order availability for the remainder of the closeout activities through December 31st, 2026. We respectfully request the committee's approval. I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, the words that are sticking out for me is remainder of the closeout. So how does that look with this budget adjustment here? How far are we from that piece?
Well, based on batch 1 and batch 2, about roughly 160 million was paid out to participants. Allen Law Group and EY support management and budget. And, over 600,000 is already outstanding. The remaining 1.3 million will be allocated to assist with the closeout process of the ARPA SLURF program.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Shantika Bullard, the chair. So thank you, Juwan. The closeout activities will include making sure that all of the projects that we have administered under the award have been completely expended, that all of the compliance documentation is in order and stored for any future monitoring.
Okay. Are there any questions of the commissioners? Okay. Thank you for the update. Thank you for the explanation. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 26, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35054, certifying revenue in the county health fund.
Any questions? Any questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 27, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35053, reallocating expenditures in the juvenile justice abuse neglect fund.
Any questions? Any questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 28, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35031, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Any questions? Any questions? Madam Clerk, please read. Oh, yes.
That was
We're on 28. Yeah. Can you read 29 and 30 into the record, please?
Item 29, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35061, certifying revenue in the opioid settlement fund. Item number 30, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35074, certifying revenue in the general debt service fund.
Okay. Who's here to speak to 29?
Hi, good morning, almost afternoon. Lena Harani Harajli, Chief Operating Officer of Access, and I have my colleagues, Mona Mackey, who is the Director of Community Health and Research Center, and Rashid Alabid, who is our Director of Facilities and Business Operations, so that we could answer any questions you may have, both programmatically, financially, or construction.
And we have here in the at the meeting with us.
Good morning, Keneal Johnson, Director of the Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services.
Kamal Keparu, Finance Director, Management and Budget Finance Director for the Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services.
Okay, so give us an overview as it relates to these budget adjustment, the need and status of these allocations.
Well, the budget adjustment is just making sure we have the funding to pay for the program. Right now, this one is 1.6 million. You do have another one in the pipeline for about 896,000. That should be getting to you soon.
And so, which aspects, which programs, what is it?
Yes, so last year, Commission did approve a $2.5 million contribution towards Access in the building of their state-of-the-art recovery treatment center. And Access has been working towards building the treatment center, and they're here today to provide an update on where they are in that. But these funds, this is a contract that was, yep. And this was the 2.5 million clearly was not enough to cover the cost of the entire build. It was just going towards that to support it.
Okay. So who is here from Access?
Lena Harani Harajli.
Oh, yes, you for Access.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, so I'm like, well, okay, yeah. So can you give us an update of how everything's going?
Sure. So this is a $30 million project. Obviously, we appreciate Wayne County being a partner, as they have been many times in access programs and facilities, as they have always been committed to making sure that everybody is served that walks through our many doors. The project is going extremely well. We are about 70% complete and hoping to open late 2026. And so we obviously greatly appreciate the $2.5 million that was allocated to be part of the center. It will be a wraparound center that will have a crisis stabilization unit, detox center, and overnight residential for up to 28 days. We also will have other wraparound services, including workforce and business development, social service support, behavioral health support, and case management to make sure that we are able to provide the full scope of hope and healing that Access does.
Okay. I'm glad to hear this, but also I wanted to say I'm absolutely I'm proud to have supported this Access. I've known Access since the early '80s with Ismail Ahmed, who was very, very active, and not only just all throughout Southeast Michigan. And so just to see where it has grown is incredible. So I'm glad to hear this, and thank you for the update. Any questions? We're going to go to Commissioner Marecki, then Commissioner Baidoon, then Commissioner somebody that Clemente. Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the first 2.5 million, was that opioid money as well?
No, this 2.5 is
Yeah.
made up of opioid and well Wayne. So 1.6 is opioid, the other 896,000.
Okay,
So, yeah.
all right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Commissioner Baidoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm a little bit biased because this is I'm part of the Access family. This is in my district, obviously, and this is going to serve not just the residents of Dearborn, anybody that walks into their door from anywhere in Wayne County and other areas. Access does a tremendous amount of work in the community. And I just had a quick question. Lena, do you expect any cost overrun for this project?
We definitely, when we originally started, we estimated it could be around 25 million. Obviously, with the increase in costs, it definitely went higher. And so that's why we're now saying 30 million. But we were able to raise the full funds with the 2.5 million that Wayne County committed. And so we should finish right around that amount.
Thank you again, Lena. This is much needed in Southeast Michigan. I don't want to just keep saying just in Dearborn because your doors are open to anyone that walks into your facility. And I thank you for all the good work that you do at Access. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, for all of your support throughout the years and for representing Wayne County in such a wonderful way. We actually serve individuals from so many different zip codes, and when we originally submitted the plan, Mona actually did a lot of data search, and we were always pleasantly surprised because, of course, we are here to serve everyone, that there were probably 20 different zip codes that came in and utilized a lot of Mona services. Mona actually just now, even without a substance use disorder treatment center, has already had overdose reversals of thousands of people over the last 2 years. And so we're really excited to build that number and keep on saving lives.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I think it was brought up, the Access does serve so many communities. Where is this facility exactly at?
It's on the corner of, well, one block in from the corner of Michigan and Wyoming, right on the border of Detroit, and off of 94 freeway.
Okay, so a lot of different ways to access this facility. Perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I drive past there all the time. I want to harass. Okay, thank you. Okay, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
I had a question as to the balance of the opioid fund. Do we have an overall balance of what we spent and what we have left, or?
I can tell you what we have left. We have approximately about 25, 26 million in fund balance. And basically the way it works is we get a deposit each year, but you never know how much based on the settlement. And so what our goal is for the department is to maintain an annual budget of about 5.5 million, because we just don't know what's coming in. And then as funds come in, then we go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you both as always.
And I just want to take a moment just to thank you all for the support of this project with Access, because as you all have stated, this is something that is really needed in the community. It's long overdue. And I'm just really looking forward to the type of treatment it will provide individuals struggling with substance use disorder. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank you, Keneal and the team. You've been so extremely wonderful to work with, and we appreciate your support and your professionalism and commitment to community always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item F, such other matters as may be properly.
Ooh, I'm going back to 29. I'm sorry. I'm going back to 30. Item 30. Who's here to speak to item 30? Okay, so this came to us, and staff, expressed that you needed to have this on the agenda. And so my conversation is just give us a general overview and update as relates to
Yes, so
debt service.
James Tatum, M&B. After the completion of the fiscal year 2025 audit, the CFO initiated a review of fund balances, so the net assets or balances of each individual fund. And when we analyzed the general debt service fund, which is one of multiple debt service type funds that the county has, funds specifically for the purpose of paying off bonds, we saw that there was sufficient balance in that fund, the general debt service fund, to pay off the 2008 water and sewer bonds ahead of time. And to elaborate why they're called water and sewer bonds, these are not bonds where the revenue stream that was intended to repay them was coming from a water or sewer facility. Those bonds are related to an economic development project that occurred in Huron Township, where water and sewer infrastructure had to be put into place for that project to move forward. So those bonds are paid from general fund dollars that are transferred into that general debt services fund. And we had a conversation with our financial advisor and bond counsel, and we had the opportunity to redeem those bonds on June 16th. And so by doing it on June 16th, that helps us avoid having to pay the next interest payment, which is due August 1st. So the reason why we wanted to have this done quickly, so to speak, is so that we could tell our trustee, and then our trustee could provide the proper communication to bondholders, because they have to provide about a 30 days notice of redemption. So I'll pause there in case there are questions.
Okay, so that was the timeline. Just I guess if you discover something like this, try to move a little sooner. But I guess you'll be doing regular review of it.
Yes, and in part, this opportunity also came about not only because of the balance that was in the fund, the fact that the bonds became redeemable around this period, but then also because the other debt issue that was paid out of that fund was refunded in 2020.
Oh, no, definitely. I'm glad the timing of it, the timing of it. The staff explained, but I want you to come and state it for the record, because we'd like to get information, sooner than later. But
yes,
you did explain on the record the unique circumstances why we need to move quickly. Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you. Is this project still around?
The project is still around. Yes, it is. It was what was previously known as Pinnacle Racecourse Project.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just, if I could, I would just note that by redeeming this bond, we'll have present value savings of about $818,000.
That's great. That's great. Okay, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
So the water infrastructure and the sewer, all of that is in place.
So far as I know, yes.
Okay, so we paid for it. It should be, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Nicola, Madam Clerk.
We have a motion.
A motion is in order. Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Baydun, supported by Commissioner Scott. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick?
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Clementi?
Yes.
Vice Chair Baydun?
Yes.
Chair Kinlock?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none, but I'm looking forward to receiving the budget tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Next item.
Item G, public comments.
At this time, Madam Clerk, I would like for you to unmute those individuals joining us virtually by telephone, as well as who may want to address this committee. If you would, raise your hand as well as indicate such in the chat.
Good morning. May I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Hello. I'm a constituent of.
Please state your name, and then you will have 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. I am your constituent, Joanne Warwick. I've been requesting your assistance regarding problems at Third Circuit Court. I've written every single county commissioner about the lack of adequate funding at the court. I would like to know when I can meet with you, sir. I spoke with your staff person, Bissell, about the abuse I suffered by Allied security guards. So can we have a meeting and I can show you what happened and I can show you how people at the court are engaging in a code of silence about who called the guards to harass and batter me, falsely imprison me in an elevator, and the rest?
Okay, I am very familiar, as you know, with you. As like you said, you live in a district. As it relates to that issue, I did reach out to staff to indicate. Have you reached out to the Third Circuit Court? They are separate. They are a separate governmental branch, and just wonder if you reached out to the courts. But also, I'd like to, as it relates to this matter, touch base offline associated with this, please. Yeah.
Yes, I have reached out repeatedly to Third Circuit Court, and I would be happy to show you the communications and how.
Okay, so we will meet. I'll schedule a meeting with you.
Code of silence.
Okay, I'll schedule a meeting with you. Yeah. Okay, so thank you and thank you. I appreciate you reaching out. Yes, counsel.
So through the chair, this matter has been referred to our appropriate counsel for review, just based on the nature of the allegations. It's recommended that there not be specific communications, but it has been until it's been reviewed by legal. So it has been referred to legal. It was referred to my office and it's being referred to Corp Counsel for review. And once that review takes place, then perhaps there can be conversations. But until the legal review takes place based on the nature, then there shouldn't be any further discussions, but it's being reviewed by legal or sent to legal for review.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
I find
counsel.
that
So,
incredibly inappropriate.
okay, thank you. Okay.
Next item, item H, adjournment.
Okay, motion to adjourn is in order. Moved and supported. All those in favor, signify by saying